It's a decision that could reshape Ghana's exports economy. A single signature from the White House and suddenly millions of dollars are back on the table for Ghana's cocoa and agricultural sector. The United States has officially lifted a 15% tariff on Ghanaian exports, a tax that for months drained profits, slowed trade and raised fears among exporters. But the big question is why now, and what does this really mean for Ghana's economy, for our farmers and for our place in the global market? Before we break down the numbers, the winners and the implication, let's start with a simple question. What exactly is a tariff, and why does its removal matter so much? A tariff is a tax placed on goods entering a country. So for example, when Ghana sends cocoa, cashew, pineapples, avocados or bananas to the US exporters, they pay an extra tax at the border. That tax makes Ghanaian products more expensive and sometimes less competitive. Removing the tariff means these goods can now enter the American market tax-free, cheaper, faster and more attractive to buyers. On November 24, 2025, Ghana's Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa announced the development in a Facebook post. According to him, US diplomats formally notified Ghana's mission in Washington, D.C. of the decision. The reversal actually took effect earlier on November 13, 2025, after President Donald Trump signed a new executive order. This move rolls back a policy introduced during the Trump administration that placed a significant cost burdens on Ghana's cocoa exports. According to the minister, the breakthrough followed months of diplomatic engagement between Accra and Washington, D.C. For Ghana, this is not just a small win. The U.S. is one of the world's largest importers of chocolate and cocoa-based products, and Ghana exports an average of 78,000 metric tons of cocoa beans every year. With global cocoa prices around $5,300 per metric ton, removing the 15% barrier could bring back over $16 million, roughly 677 million Ghana cedis into Ghana's economy annually. Mr. Ablakwa described it as a major breakthrough in Ghana's US relations, indicating deeper cooperation ahead. The removal applies not only to cocoa beans, but to cashew nuts, avocados, bananas, mangoes, oranges, plantains, pineapples, guavas, coconuts, ginger, and assorted peppers. All these now enter the US market duty-free. And because the United States is a massive importer of cocoa products, Ghana's cocoa instantly becomes more competitive than producers who still pay duties. With higher export earnings, Ghana's foreign exchange position stands to improve, which is critical for the stability of the cedi and the wider economy. Predictable revenue streams also mean governments and private investors can plan better for farming processing and export infrastructure. Number one, Ghanaian cocoa becomes more competitively priced globally. Number two, US demand for Ghanaian cocoa could increase. Number three, it reduces trade friction and could attract US investments into Ghana's agricultural value chains. But there are risks. Experts warn that Ghana must not become complacent. Our economy is still heavily dependent on exporting raw cocoa beans, a model that keeps us vulnerable. Global cocoa prices swing without warning, and when they fall, our revenue falls with them. Now, infrastructure gaps, from poor roads to port delays, also threaten Ghana's competitiveness, even with zero tariffs. And without major investment in processing and value addition, Ghana will continue earning the smallest share of the cocoa value chain, while foreign companies take the biggest profit. So the real question now is, how do we ensure the windfall doesn't look good on paper? From farmers in Sufi to exporters in Tema, this tariff removal is a golden opportunity, but only if Ghana invests, innovates and sustains it. As the US opens the doors wider, the challenge is whether Ghana is ready to walk through boldly, strategically and transformed. Opportunity alone is never enough. It must be matched with planning, innovation and courage. So as the dust settles today, one question remains. Is Ghana truly ready to rise to this challenge? Veronica Amadei, CTV News.